Welcome to Episode 3 of the Dashavatara Management Framework. In this explainer, we're diving deep, literally, into the visceral reality of turnaround leadership. You know, every organization eventually hits a wall where the standard playbook just completely fails. We're not talking about a minor, surface-level hiccup you can fix with a quick memo. No, this is a crisis so deep that your entire foundation has been dragged into the dark. So what does it actually take to mount a bold rescue mission when everything is on the line? Let's get right into it.
Okay, picture this. Is your company at the bottom of the ocean? Because that's the ultimate crisis, right? A problem so massive that surface-level management is completely useless. In these moments, it's human nature for leaders to do what feels safe. They form a committee, maybe commission a 100-page report, and just kind of wait for things to resolve themselves at the surface. But here's the harsh truth. To truly rescue an organization that is sunk that low, somebody actually has to dive down into the darkness.
Section 1. The Myth of Varaha, a Cosmic Rescue Mission.
Let's look at our foundational myth. It begins with the demon Hiranyaksha, who violently drags the earth goddess, Bhudevi, all the way down to the cosmic ocean floor. The gods were completely helpless. I mean, think about it. There wasn't a single conventional army or weapon that could reach that far down. So Vishnu responds by descending as Varaha, a massive cosmic boar. Notice he didn't choose an elegant or majestic form. He took a form built for one specific purpose, to survive the crushing, unglamorous pressure of the depths. And down there, he fought a ferocious 1,000-year war.
But here's what's absolutely crucial. Vara didn't just defeat the demon, declare a premature victory, and swim away. Instead, he completely restored balance. Lifting Bhudevi onto his massive cosmic tusks, he painstakingly carried her all the way back up through the darkness. He didn't stop until the earth was completely safe at the surface.
Section 2. 5 Truths of Turnaround, the Management Mirror.
Let's translate this ancient wisdom directly into your boardroom. Truth 1. Go to the bottom. Turnaround leaders have to bypass those sanitized green light dashboard reports and personally investigate the deepest failures. Just like the demon didn't hide the earth near the surface, a completely corroded culture or a fundamentally broken product cannot be fixed from the comfort of the executive floor. You have to physically go to the factory floor, sit with the struggling teams, and dive deep yourself.
Moving the truth 2. Change your form. Just as Vishnu adopted the unglamorous, powerful form of a boar, you have to ask yourself what specific persona your crisis actually demands. The elegant, highly diplomatic leadership style you use during stable times, well, it's going to fail you here. A true turnaround requires you to be tenacious, deeply engaged, and completely adapted to the harsh environment of the problem.
Truth 3. Fight the actual cause. This is about having the sheer courage to name and destroy the actual demon causing the rot, instead of just diplomatically managing the symptoms. You simply cannot negotiate with the thing that's dragging your company down, whether it's a toxic leader whose behavior has poisoned the culture or a structural dysfunction that everyone is just working around. You have to fight it head on.
Truth 4. Complete the rescue. Look, stopping the bleeding just isn't enough. A half-finished rescue leaves your organization incredibly vulnerable. The restoration has to be as total as Varaha carrying the earth all the way back. It's not enough to just fire the bad actor or scrap the failing project. If you aren't actively rebuilding the team's confidence and winning back your customers' trust, you're leaving them stranded in the dark.
And truth 5, be unglamorous. Let's be honest, real turnarounds are messy. They require leaders to make deeply unpopular decisions and personally do work that might feel far below their title. The boar is arguably the least elegant of all avatars, chosen precisely because elegance wasn't what the situation needed. If you want a genuine rescue, you have to stop worrying about how it looks. You must be willing to be entirely unglamorous.
Section 3. Case Study. Apple 1997, a real-world rescue.
Let's bring Varaha to life in the corporate world. To understand this modern rescue, we have to look at how Steve Jobs' return to Apple perfectly mirrors the avatar's qualities. Like Varaha, Jobs had to adopt a tenacious, unglamorous form to fight a massive threat down in the depths. In 1997, Apple was completely lost, sinking at the very bottom of the ocean. The earth had been dragged all the way down, and analysts believed the company was merely 90 days away from total bankruptcy. The product line was a bewildering maze, market share had evaporated, and the company was suffocating.
So, Jobs acted exactly as the boar in the depths. He fought the demon of complexity by ruthlessly cutting over 70% of their sprawling, confusing product line without any diplomacy. He went straight to the bottom. He didn't manage from the surface. He sat through every single product meeting and asked if any of it was actually worth saving. He confronted the actual cause of their failure with absolute ferocity.
And then, Jobs carried the company back to the surface step by step, exactly like Varaha lifting the earth on his tusks. Every single product launch, from the colorful iMac in 1998 to iTunes, the iPod, and eventually the iPhone, was a deliberate, methodical step back up toward the light. He didn't settle for just avoiding bankruptcy. He made sure the restoration of Apple was absolutely total.
Section 4. Key takeaways and reflection. Crystallizing the lessons.
Okay, so here is your blueprint for bold turnaround action. True presence, adapting your approach, and finishing the job completely are absolutely non-negotiable. Go to the bottom, change your form to fit the crisis, fight the actual root cause, complete the rescue entirely, and do the unglamorous work required.
Now, I want you to think about the absolute deepest, unresolved problem your organization is tiptoeing around right now. Ask yourself, what would it look like to stop trying to manage it from the surface? What is that one toxic element or broken structure that no one wants to touch? And honestly, as a leader, what's stopping you from diving down there yourself? Section 5. Outro and next episode. The internal threat.
That leaves us with a pretty provocative thought for next time. What happens when the crisis isn't an external demon, but something hiding internally, protected by the very rules of your own organization? What do you do when the threat has exploited your own structures to make itself virtually untouchable? We are going to tackle that impossible challenge in Episode 4, exploring Narasimha, the man-lion. If this explainer brought you value today, please share this ancient wisdom with a leader who really needs to hear it. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to exploring the next archetype of modern leadership with you.